there's a red thingy moving toward the green thingy.
What?
Red thingy moving toward the green thingy. I think we're the green thingy.
One of my favorite comedies ever, Alan Rickman, This Is For You. This movie focuses on a bunch of actors who were in a sci-fi show in the early 80s who are now just going through life. And it turns out there are these aliens that need their help. See, the aliens have been watching this sci-fi show thinking that it is a real series of historical documents. So these aliens need the help of this cast of actors who know nothing about the stuff in their show to help them fight against a threat to their race. And as you can imagine, hilarity ensues. Now, the great thing about this movie is that it is both a deconstruction and a celebration of nerd culture. It shows us how silly these sci-fi shows that we watch are, but at the same time, it shows us why these shows are so important. They show you how special some of this stuff that people just write off as nerd crap are important to some people. And this movie is hilarious, it's clever, and it has so many great performances across the board. Tim Allen is so great as actor Jason Nesmith, who played the commander on their show. His egotistical ways, his drunken behavior, the way that he just approaches his life. And the fact that Tim Allen plays this character with such arrogance and confidence, but still with so much heart and emotion, it just works so well. It's the best Tim Allen has ever been, and I don't think he'll ever top it. Sigourney Weaver, of course, is great in this movie, because she's great in everything. She's so funny the way that she can go from calm to angry and just like that. It's just, she's hilarious. Now the real heart of this movie, and someone who we lost this year, Alan Rickman, is so amazing. His dry, sarcastic wit, the humor that he brings to this role is just hilarious. There's a scene where he's looking in the mirror and he's going, how did it come to this? And it's just, it makes you feel for him in a way. Here's this guy who's stuck up and overdramatic, but we feel for him because Alan Rickman gives such a great performance. And the change that his character goes throughout the movie, it's so fulfilling and satisfying. There's a scene that he has towards the end and it makes me cry every time I watch it. It is a beautiful scene, and he is an amazing actor. Now, Sam Rockwell plays this loser who's trying to hold on to this tiny role that he had in the sci-fi show. He's hilarious because he's always terrified that he's gonna die. He's always whining and he's cowardly, and he goes through a change too. And just the delivery of every single one of his lines and the way that Sam Rockwell just moves around, he's so perfect for this role. Tony Shalhoub, who some of you guys might know from Monk, he's just so good. His character is a little bit of a weirdo, and just the subtle way in which Tony Shalhoub plays this character is amazing. Just his casual indifference to everything going on is hilarious, and Tony Shalhoub plays it perfectly. And the behavior of the alien race is hilarious, and everything about that is funny. The way they walk, the way they talk, it's all great. This movie has a lot to say about fiction and about acting and about how we consume entertainment. And another thing about this movie is that it has a legitimate threat. So while there is all this comedy going on, you're still completely invested in the action. And that's because there is a legitimate threat happening. And you are terrified of what is going to happen to our characters. This movie also has excellent pacing and writing. Each scene flows seamlessly into the next. There are also some great practical effects by Stan Winston, which are charming, and they add so much to the tone of this movie. And all of these characters are likable, fully realized people, and they feel like human beings. They don't come off as these comedy tropes. They come off as human beings and real characters that we can connect with. This is a great comedy that makes me laugh and makes me cry every single time I watch it, and I love this movie so much. It's going off of Netflix on New Year's, so hurry up and go watch it. And Galaxy Quest absolutely gets an A+. So they did this salute, which is the exact same salute that's in the anime Attack on Titan. Isn't that weird?
I changed my mind. I want to go back.
After the fuss you made about getting left behind.
Yeah, but that's what I thought. I was the crewman that stays on the ship and something is up there and it kills me. But now I'm thinking I'm the guy who gets killed by some monster 5 minutes after we land on the planet.
You're not gonna die on the planet, guy.
I'm not? What's my last name?
It's, I don't know.
Nobody knows. Do you know why? Because my character isn't important enough for a last name. Because I'm gonna die 5 minutes in.
Guy, you have a last name.
Do I? Do I?
Yes.
For all you know, I'm just crewman number 6. Bobby! Bobby! Bobby!